And welcome to the Lake TV Community Spotlight Show. This week we get to know Missy Pinkel, who is the publisher and owner of LO Profile Magazine. And a reminder, you can see this show weekdays at 8, 3, and 8. 8 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 8 in the evening. Missy, thank you for taking the time, making the drive, coming over to talk with us today.
Thank you to Lake TV. You guys are fabulous in the community, and I'm excited to be here. So, yes, let's start with those hard questions.
Yes, those hard-hitting, it's 60-minute questions, right? So you're the owner, you're the publisher of LO Profile Magazine. A lot of huge prizes over the years. You have to be so incredibly proud of what you've been able to do.
Yes, I tell you what, this started as a little dream, and I put together a staff that they're wonderful and they're so talented, and that's the reason that we've been accredited with some good artwork, some good consumer writing and photography. And so, yeah, the International Visual Studies have awarded us with the Communicators Award for Consumer Magazine, and we keep, putting it out there, and we don't do it for the accolades, we just really want to know how we're comparing to other consumer magazines out in the market, and are we up to speed in what we need to be doing. And so they give you a nice little summary of how you're doing, and we appreciate that. It's a learning thing for us.
It's amazing how much quality there is here in the Lake area. It's not a huge metropolis, but there is a lot of quality work being done here in this area, including LO Profile Magazine.
The media is so important to community growth, and I feel like the LO Profile Magazine, we're all about 160, 200 pages. What are people doing? All heartwarming stories. When you get so much media news out there that's a little raises your anxiety levels and blood pressure, we want to bring that down. And so everything's about community and the people that are out there doing things, but you don't know who your neighbor is, and we're trying to find out who your neighbor is, and everybody has a story. So I kind of modeled the whole magazine after People Magazine, entertainment, to learn who those people are, appreciate them, and appreciate what they're doing for the community. So.
And you're a Missouri girl, right? I mean, you didn't come in from far away. You're from this.
That's right. I was born in Columbia, which is really interesting, and then of course for college I had to go back to Columbia. So University of Missouri Bachelor of Fine Arts in graphic design. So this is kind of the writing came along with it, but and then I grew up in Kansas City, and got all my education in Kansas City through high school. And so, coming to the lake, was a little bit different, and but I started my own company and went for it. At that time, there weren't a whole lot of female business owners at the lake. 1987 it was, when it was 2-lane, and the only thing open after 7 p.m. was the gas station.
Right.
And you hope they had what you needed. So we've seen tons of growth, and I'm so glad I've been right in the midst of seeing it happen. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you went to Mizzou. How did you get started in the magazine business?
Well, I've always, I was editor in my junior high. I was, high school editor of the yearbook, and actually the yearbook, I themed it the magazine in high school. And so what's really funny is that I've kind of flip-flopped, and now I have the magazine. But I liked layout design. I liked logo design. I like to write, so I just kind of put it all together. I actually have a minor in photography, so that photography is really kind of where it got started in junior high. So so that's how it got to this, and now it keeps me very busy, and deadlines, I live by a deadline. Yeah.
No stress there.
No stress. No. Yes.
So what does it mean to be a magazine publisher? What are the jobs? Does it mean to be a publisher?
Well, it's really interesting because management was not my thing, and I like to get hands in. I like to be out there doing the photo shoots. I like, so really being a publisher is being the organizational leader of the team and making sure all the parts and pieces are coming together. And actually in publishing, just like in media, you got one person that needs to get their job done so the other one can get their job done, and then hopefully it all comes together like this. So our photographer turns their photos into the editor's meanwhile writing it, and then the layout person is meshing it all together. So being a publisher, I love it. I love it. I like the creative part of it, coming up with ideas and what to write about and what the content should be. So, but as far as managerial, man, I need a class in that. I need a class in that. So,
It's kind of like babysitting sometimes,
yeah, I got good people, so I just, if you trust in them, which they are so good, it keeps the magazine alive.
So you're launching something, lopnews.com, something new for you. What is that?
It is new. We're just taking these stories and other stories, up to the minute stories on people, to a website and also an app. So daily you can go there for weather or the calendar of events, what's happening today, a video of one of our clients receiving some kind of award or accolade from their regional people coming in, or just the arrival of a new boat at Marine Max or Formula and watching it go in the water. Just really fun entertainment news. So yeah, we're excited about it, and I think just look for us out there, because we're kind of in the same business. Ours is a little softer news.
Right.
But we'll be look for that and just go to it every day, and it's offering our clients a little bit more than print.
Right.
So we want to be there taking pictures and seeing what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's lopnews.com.
That's right.
LOP for LO Profile. I'm
That's
guessing,
right. Yes.
All right, we are talking with the beautiful Missy Martinette Pinkel from LO Profile Magazine. We'll have more with Missy right after this. Welcome back to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show. We're talking with the publisher and the owner of LO Profile Magazine, Missy Martinette Pinkel. So now you are multi-talented. I mean, you're not only doing the magazine, you're kind of starting up a newsy, lopnews.com, right? But I understand you do radio shows too.
Oh, I do radio. It's fun to do radio. I just like this conversation type situation. And so radio, they can't see you, so lipstick is required.
Right.
So I kind of like going that direction a little bit. But yeah, it's fun to just talk about what's going on in the community and promote the magazine at the same time. And I know, I have respect for all media. So whether it's television, radio, print, digital, what have you, it's important that us as media people do our job to communicate to our communities what's happening, what's going on, and keep it fun and light. So yeah, I love the radio part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you've never been told what I've been told, that I have a face for radio.
You have a face for TV. That's why you're here right now.
I'm not so sure about
It's
that.
awesome.
I'd say, yeah, you're probably that one. So you have a real reputation in the community too the community is very important to you. You do a lot of stuff to try and raise money for charities and things like that. What fuels that?
I grew up in, both my parents were public servants. That's what we called politics back then. And both my parents were mayor of my hometown, and then later my mom went to be a state representative. And I always watched them dedicate their time to just anything from, upgrading the sewer in our town to going to an American Cancer Society thing, or, the Richard Scabauer Air Force Community Council. I mean, it was nonstop with them, and but I felt that energy, and I see their satisfaction from doing things for others and helping out, and I just wanted to continue that kind of legacy in my family. And I'm not into politics, but I mean, who isn't. But I'm not taking it to that level. But it's part of my family, really. So I learned from them.
Do you have any special ones that are especially close to you?
As far as nonprofit charitable organizations, well, right now I'm vice president on the GP Made Foundation, which of course is Gary Pinkel Make a Difference Every Day, and so
Who's Gary Pinkel?
I know, who is that guy? So that just is about 2 years old now, and it helps statewide with lymphoma, leukemia, cancers for children and youth, and then also disability children's, and also scholarships for those social economically challenged. So that's kind of my number one. But for locally here, I mean, we're across the board. You ask, and we're going to help you promote it, and we'll give money and time and auction items and things that you need to raise your money. So I can't pinpoint any one charity nonprofit, because there's about $185,000 worth of charitable work and donations and in-kind that we give per year.
Yeah.
So it's quite a bit.
And you mentioned your husband, Coach Gary Pinkel, former Mizzou coach. So does that add any, I'm sure that adds a little bit of pressure, just because people know who he is, people know who you are, you're always in the spotlight.
I got, all of a sudden my attendance at our launch socials just went up as soon as he started coming and attending. Now he's great. I've learned so much from him in management and team work. And I think when we first were dating, I was like, tell me more about this. Our conversation never varied into who are you and what are you, it was more about how do you do this, how do you manage that, how do you motivate. And so anyway, he is like a mentor to me, and incredible job. Of course, I grew up Mizzou, so I was his first critic when he did come on board as a coach way back when. I said, this guy, can he really do it for us? So being a Mizzou alum, I don't know, it's weird. That's weird how it all came about. So
that is such a cool story. Yeah. 2011 winner of Dancing with the Missouri Stars. What is that all about?
Oh boy, you had to bring that up. Yes. Well, you know what? It was a fundraiser for the Missouri Contemporary Ballet, which is up in Columbia, Missouri. And again, they have a nonprofit it is, but they offer classes to children and kids that don't have the opportunity. And so I just felt culture in that way. My daughter danced. I danced as a young person. I never got as far as my daughter, but I knew what tap shoes were. I knew ballet shoes. So anyway, I donated my time to doing that, and
you must have been pretty good. You won the thing, right?
Well, I raised a lot of money. that was the key to winning that thing. So yeah, I have to admit that Gary's got his little den with his trophies and accolades and bull rings and watches, and then there's my Missouri Contemporary Ballet trophy, which stands taller, I might add, than the shelf trophies he's got. So I got one in the trophy room.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, got about 30 seconds left. If you weren't a magazine owner and publisher, what would you like to do? What would be your dream job?
I would love to be. I used to say this to my father when we'd watch Monday Night Football. I want to be in the trailer, switching, being a producer, flipping the switches, camera one, camera two. I just always wanted to do that. I love sports. I've always loved sports. So that's it. Other than that, retirement sounds pretty good on a boat somewhere in the Caribbean. I don't know.
So we're going to have to keep that in mind, because at Lake TV we do a lot of high school sports, and we've got these guys behind the scenes that do all that switching.
I love that.
Maybe we could bring you in and take care of that, huh?
That would be good. Give me the opportunity. I promise I won't flip the wrong switch and all of a sudden we're off the air. What's that mean? No, what's that mean?
That's never happened to us before.
It's all good.
Absolutely. So now you know the owner and publisher of LO Profile Magazine a little bit better, Missy Pinkel. Thank you so much for coming down, talking with us today. We appreciate it.
It's been great. So I appreciate you guys, and Lake TV, you're doing a great job for the community. I mean it. So keep it going. Thank you.
You're welcome.